everybody, welcome back to my channel as we'll be talking about teaching and everything has to do with education and teaching. So on my channel I'll be focusing mainly on education, teaching jobs, scholarships, anything to do with learning and teaching, moving abroad, because I mean hello, as long as you are in Africa we know how much we want to move abroad. But I've noticed that as much as I've been researching about ways to move abroad, either by teaching or by just working in different jobs or just looking for a permanent residency, there are a lot of things that YouTubers, they are not mentioning. There are important things that YouTubers are not mentioning, and guess what? I will be the one who's going to sacrifice myself, who's going to be getting all the negative comments for you to get it all. So today we're going to be talking about teaching in the UK. Yes, child, you heard it right. Teaching in the UK. I remember last year it was all over social media. Come, teachers, you are wanted. Yo, teaching in the UK, United Kingdom. They're looking for teachers. It's not only for nurses and doctors, anything to do with health, but now they are in desperate need and looking for teachers. But most people made it seem like it's something cheap and something easy. You just get your bags and boom, go to the UK. Guys, I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Let me get closer to the camera. Let me get closer to... That's a lie. That's a lie. They lied to us. They lied to us. All right, I'm going to be breaking down this into different parts, and I'm going to be showing you everything from my research up to everything. Yes, it's possible to get a job from the UK as a teacher, and the nicest thing about it, you don't even need the IELTS. For some of us, the English speaking non-native, well, the English speakers, but we are also considered non-native. How cliche. But anyway, let's get on to the video, guys. So UK. Ooh, I'm burning again, guys. Why is like Botswana weather? Woo, child. It's hot. But let's get on to our video. So there are different ways to get a job in the UK, of course, as a teacher, and it's really possible. It's really possible. The nicest thing about the UK, guys, is that it doesn't have a lot of those requirements, unlike the UK, unlike Canada and Australia and the US. So UK is really one of those easiest ones, but the process of getting QTS, qualified teacher status, they call it QTS, it's not easy and it's not cheap. The process looks straightforward, but it's not cheap. Even if you are a teacher like me, you've been teaching for almost 10 years in international schools and government schools, you are highly experienced. But when it comes to QTS, because they want you to convert your education into theirs. And I'm going to show you how to go about it, because most people have been asking me, hey, Tumi, when are you going to talk about teaching in the UK? Is it something that you are interested in? Is it something that you are aware of? Yes, I am interested, I am aware, but it needs money for you to get that QTS. So there are different ways to get the QTS. You can get the QTS by doing PGDE. I know you are like, oh, but I'm an education major. Why do I have to do postgraduate certificate in education? Hello, because you didn't do the one for the UK. That qualifies you to get a QTS. So you can apply for universities, which is not cheap. I think the cheapest that I've seen so far, it's £8,000. And convert that to Botswana, man, it's closer to 50. No, it's actually 100,000 pula. Oh my God, 100,000 pula. Guys, moving abroad is not cheap. Oh. Moving abroad is not cheap. It's not. So that's the cheapest I've seen. I've seen the one for like £8,000. Yes. And they usually go for a whole year. And mind you, you have to also accommodate fees for your accommodation. You also have to look for money for your transportation, just basic living in the UK. And we all know that UK is not cheap. That's another option. The second option is to do a degree in education. Just do a degree in education, and that now we are talking about big money. Guap. More than 50,000, 20,000 pounds, not pulas, pounds. And that's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money. And the other one, which I think is the cheapest, and it's not that difficult, is the cheapest. Looking at that, the other ones that are just talking about, oh, the money is too much. This one is called assessment route. This one is called an assessment route. Assessment route, you are a qualified teacher like me. You've been teaching for more than 2 years, 2 consecutive years. You didn't get any break in between, and you've been in different schools, 2 different schools. So let's say you've been teaching for 10 years. You taught 1 year somewhere, and you have been teaching 8 years in somewhere, again in another school. So they're going to get those 2 qualifications and combine them. Then you are qualified to apply for assessment route only. Then there's someone who's been teaching for straight 2 years in one school. That one, I think you need to email them and ask them if it's possible. But when I read the requirements, it seems like that's not possible, especially if you have only 2 years. But if you have more than 2 years teaching in one school, correct me if I'm wrong, in one school it might be possible. So you can apply for assessment only route. Yes. I keep looking at my shoulders and I keep looking at my face. It's so cute. Yeah. So you can apply for that. And the fee for that, the cheapest institute that was offering that, the nicest thing about the assessment only route, it's only 12 weeks. And in that 12 weeks, you are paying a whopping 3,000 euros. Sorry, pounds, 3,000 pounds. When I converted into Botswana money, it was close to 50,000 pula. So, child, if you really want this one, just sit down. Make sure that you keep saving, my child. Save, because you're gonna need it. Save that 50,000 pula, because the nicest thing about it, once you have been assessed in that 12 weeks, and that's the other thing that they don't mention. They need specific schools. For example, they cannot assess you in a government PSLE curriculum. Guys, YouTubers are lying to us. These people will lie to you. They will lie to you because you don't want to research. But don't worry, I'm here to do that job for you. I will be researching on your behalf. So I want us to look at the QTS status thing and just go through it. I'm going to show you how I was able to get all that information from their website. I even emailed them to ask about those requirements, and they emailed me back. And said, yeah, since you are in a Cambridge school now and you have more than 2 years teaching, you are qualified to apply for the assessment route only. But the fee, guys, which is like 3,000 euros, I have to save for that. The nicest thing about it, once you get a job, which is really easy to get a job once you have the QTS and your many years of experience and qualification in education, you're going to be able to move your family, and you'll be also looking for, after a few years, I think it's 3 years, you can apply for your permanent residency. And mind you, once you have permanent residency in the UK, you are now eligible for citizenship. Who does not want that British passport? I mean, hello. So I'm sure you can sacrifice those small few years, because you are looking at the ball. The ball is in your court at this point for saving. All you need to do is to save. Save, child of God, save and pray. Get your 12 weeks assessment and get your job in the UK. Child, they are looking for teachers. And once you have QTS, you can not only teach in the UK. I've noticed that most of the European countries, they need someone with a QTS. So it's not only the UK. There are a lot of countries that you can teach at with that QTS. So it's more like your long-term investment. All right, let's get into the thing. Let's get onto it. You can look on the screen here. I'm just going to put it here. QTS UK. And guess what, guys? I made a spreadsheet with fees showing you different ways of getting into, because I've been researching about it. As you can see, it says QTS UK, and these are the fees. Look, these are the fees for PGDE, because I was really interested in secondary education now, and I wanted to research more into it. I've developed a huge passion for computing and educational technologies, so that's something that I'm looking forward to doing in future. As you can see, I even wrote a statement of comparability, which is something that you need before you. Let's just open all these links so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So the first thing that you need to do when you apply for your QTS, they want statement of comparability, which is you showing that your qualifications are the same as the UK qualifications. So this is how it goes, and this one is super cheap. All you need to do is to pay £49, and it takes 15 working days. It takes 15 working days. You can upload all your qualifications from your degree, your certificates, your master's into this, and you get your statement of comparability, because you are going to need it when you apply for whatever route you are going for. You're going to need it. Let's look at all the things that when you want to apply for PGDE. If you want to apply for PGDE, this is what you need. You're going to set on what you want for your life. If you want to change your course into computing or whatever, you're going to arrange and organize complete observation days. You're going to sign up into Get Into Teaching. Get Into Teaching is another site that I'll show you just now. This Get Into Teaching. Then you're going to write 2 academic references. You're going to write your personal statement. Then you're going to fill your UCAS application. I don't know if you guys know about UCAS. UCAS is a website that you use to apply for schools in the UK. If you want to apply for schools in the UK, this is what you are going to use. So you fill up your it's more like setting up a profile. You set up your profile and add all your details in, and you can look at the fees and everything when it comes to teaching. Okay, I made this for you guys. I made the spreadsheet that shows different ways to get to the UK as a teacher. These are all the courses that I was interested in. You can see all the fees. It goes up to 16,500. These are more like the cheapest. I can see the cheapest is this one of the £14,502 in East London. This is PGDE programs. But excuse me, after that, you are also going to need statement of comparability. This is something that it's more like you comparing your qualifications in the UK standards. So this one is super cheap. It's £49.50, and it takes almost 15 working days. But you can do a fast track, guys. A fast track takes only 1 to 2 working days with a whopping fee, of course. I'm trying to look for the fee somewhere. The fee is a bit much than the other one. All right, let's go back to my spreadsheet and look at other things. So you're going to need the statement of comparability. Then the next thing you are going to need, if you want to do PGDE, of course, you have to open your UCAS. This is the website, UCAS website, where you are going to fill in your profile, and you are going to look for different courses in education, and you are going to fill it from here. Most schools want you to fill those applications from here. The schools I'm talking about are these ones that I've stated here, as you can see. Then these are some of the requirements that I collected as I was going through the what do you call this website? Get Into Teaching website. So I got all this information from the official UK website, guys. This has nothing to do with me. I didn't make up anything. I just copied the information and put it on my spreadsheet. Now let's look at the QTS, the assessment only route, which is the one that I'm interested in. So as I was looking around, this was the only cheapest one. This was the only cheapest institute that was willing to assess me for a low fee. And it takes 12 weeks, which is 3 months. So as long as you are qualified, like I said, you can browse and see the benefits of doing this. Yeah. Then this is the course leader. You can even email him and ask him questions if you want. As you can see, you apply your application, get reviewed. Then once it's confirmed, you get on the enrollment part, and you are going to be assessed at your school. Yeah, I've watched several videos of this, and yeah, it seems and it sounds legit. So guys, this is actually everything that has to do with QTS and the spreadsheet that I created for you guys. If you want that spreadsheet, you can shoot your email on the comment section. I'll be happy to share it with you. I don't mind. I created it for anyone who's willing to go into teaching. As you guys know, I'm very passionate about teaching, and I love to see people uplifting themselves, you know, exploring the horizon into teaching and education. And there are a lot of things that you can do. You can also do your master's in teaching that comes with QTS. You can even do a PhD in the UK. That's if you still want to work in Europe as a teacher or as a lecturer or in the education space. The nicest thing about education now is that there are so many fields. It's no longer back in the days where you did education and education measure, you can only be a teacher. Now there are so many things. There is e-learning. You can be an e-learning coordinator. You can be an e-learning project manager. There are so many different things. And yeah, so this is going to be the end of our video for today, and thank you guys for listening. I hope you've been subscribing and hitting that like button, because I need those subscribes and those like, and just like, share with your friends, recommend them. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, I'm happily willing to hear you out. I've done workshops before where I was explaining all this in person in Botswana, but now I'm here on YouTube. I say let's connect and learn more about education. And yeah, have a great day, have a great evening. I love you. Peace, love, and happiness. And black child, shoot for the stars. This is your dream. If you want it, go for it. It doesn't matter even if you're going to save for 12 months. It doesn't matter if you're going to save for the next 2 years. Just have your eyes on the ball. We all know what you want at the end of the day is to have that nice life, is to change your family situation in God's name, is to change your family situation, is to make sure that we go abroad, is to go for that vacation, is to tour Europe during summer break. I mean, girl, boy, take this serious. And I love you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye. From me to me, Molawa. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos so that the algorithm can recognize me and I will be able to make more videos like this in future. Bye-bye. I love you.